Hello. My name's Kukui, and I'm so happy to have you here in my little creative corner of YouTube called the Creative Cookie channel. So I'm relatively new into my creative journey, but there have been two books that have really kick-started my journey and made me feel a little bit more confident that maybe my goals and my aspirations aren't that crazy, and they are doable. So the first book is a classic in the creative corners of YouTube, which is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And the second book is You Can Draw in 30 Days by Mark Kistler. And together I feel like they really kickstarted my creative journey. Oh, got my little clouds falling out. So yeah, let's start with the Artist's Way. So the first book is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This book, there's so much to say about this book, and I'm sure there are definitely loads of reviews on YouTube and online of people who have started their own creative journeys, and they attest a lot of their success, at least to getting started to this book, and I'm definitely in the same boat. I believe it's got 10 chapters. Each chapter takes you through a different week, so it will take you about 10 weeks to work through this book, and each chapter focuses on a different aspect of your creative journey. It talks about the creative mindset, it talks about limiting beliefs, it talks about money and art, and I think it's just an all-round great book to get yourself in the mindset of thinking of yourself as a creative person. And that doesn't just mean creativity in the sense of visual arts. It also means if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're somebody who doesn't even know what creative avenue they want to go down but want to explore their creativity, I think this is a great book to give yourself the permission to explore your creativity, and so I would definitely recommend this book. So the second book is a little bit more practical. It's You Can Draw in 30 Days by Mark Kistler. This book had me starting to think that I could be the next Vanguard. So this book has 30 different drawing exercises, step-by-step instructionals, which you may think, oh, but you're not really drawing. But when you're starting out in anything, you need instructions. And having a step-by-step guide by somebody who is a world-renowned artist, you can't go wrong. And my art from the first day to the last day is like night and day. So this book gave me the confidence to really start practically on my creative journey. So it starts with the fundamentals of drawing, learning about basic shapes, spheres, overlapping spheres, going into cubes, moving into more advanced cubes. So in just over a week, you're going from doing basic spheres to creating really cool, like really fun images. And all you need is a pencil, a sketchbook, and a rubber. That's really all you physically need. So you can get started with very little. And it's amazing seeing the changes you can make in your artistry from day 1 to day 30 just with this book. So this is another book I'd really, really recommend. So those were the two books that really kickstarted my creative journey. And I still flick through every now and again just to get the creative juices flowing again. But I think starting this channel is gonna really get them flowing again. So I thought it'd be nice to do a little bit of a get to know me tag, and I've kind of tweaked some of the questions from the booktubers tag. I've tweaked some of those questions to make them more applicable to art and creativity. So question 1 is, why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I wanted a way to document my creative journey, and I think as somebody who at the moment I think I'm mainly a visual artist, I thought doing something visual just makes sense. And I've always been obsessed with YouTube. To this day, I spend more time watching YouTube than I do TV or any other streaming platform. So to finally be here is amazing. So yeah, the aims of the channel was to document my creative journey and hopefully build a community of people who are doing that for themselves as well. Whatever creative field you're interested in, it'd be lovely to hear from you as well. So question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? I think because I'm so early on in my journey, I have a little bit of naivety about the whole thing. So I'm really excited just to try lots of different things. Like I have ideas for videos, I have ideas for lives I think would be really fun as well. So question number 3, what are you most excited about for your channel? I think building a community. like as cheesy as that sound is, I'd love to hear from you guys and see like what kind of art you're making and what kind of art makes you excited, as well as sharing what I do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited about. Why do you love art? I think there's magic in being able to create something from nothing. Like for me, having a blank canvas and then like there's nothing on there and you're adding things, and by the time you finish adding all the paints, all the pencil strokes, all the, if you like, you know, glitter, like adding everything onto that canvas, and you've created something that speaks to someone who's gonna look at that and makes them feel something. I think there's just something really magical about that. Question 5, what got you into art? I feel like I've always been a little bit of a DIY creative. Some of my earliest memories are my dad used to buy these really large, I don't even know what paper size it'd be, like maybe like A0 size pieces of paper, and he'd bring them home because I used to, actually let me backtrack a little bit. So when I was young, like my mum tells me that I used to draw on the wall. She was not having that. So to combat that, my dad bought these really big, like A0, A1, I don't know, these massive sheets of paper home from work, and he'd let me draw on those, and oh my goodness, apparently I'd be doing that for hours and hours, and I kept on doing that up until I'd want to say maybe year 8, year 9, and then I think just the realities of life is like, oh, I can't make a living from art, there's no point doing it. So I think that's why I kind of left art behind. But now I'm older, working, I'm like, no, I'm gonna pick it up again. So that's what I'm doing. So what challenges will be the hardest with ArtTube? Definitely consistency. The aim is to have a video up every week. I'm saying that very gently because I'm like, oh, but that's the goal. I've said it now, so I feel like I have to now keep up with it. So every Wednesday an upload will go up on this channel, but I think that will be my biggest hurdle as well, because life sometimes really be lifing and things get in the way. But where there's a will, there's a way, and I feel like people make time for the things that are important to them, and this is important to me, so I will be here. When did you start making art? I think I answered that a little bit in one of the previous questions, but quite young. I've always drawn, always painted, but I had quite a big gap, so from like 14 till last year, so a good 14 years different. So I picked it back up properly, I want to say September of 2023. That's when I started making art. Where do you create? Mainly at home, unless I'm taking an art class, but mainly at home. I have a table in the living room that I just spread out all my art stuff on, prop up my easel. Yeah, mainly at home. What kind of art do you make? At the moment, and I'm saying that because I'm still trying to explore all avenues, like I might like sculpting, I might like digital art, but at the moment I'm a sketch artist and a painter. And that is all of the questions. Okay, that's the end of my first YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, you're a real one, and I'd love you to like the video if you liked it. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be amazing too, so that you get notified of my next video, which will be next week Wednesday. It will be here. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day and hopefully see you soon. Bye!